You know, I'm getting baptized this week, and I guess that's like the height of where I've been the last 3 months. If you go back 3 months ago, a conversation I can have, like that I can remember clearly having with my sister was, she was talking with my other sister Jenny, and we're just talking about heaven and going there. And she had recently been, you know, she had a bout of cancer, and so her faith was just pumping. You know, she's all about, you know, living in a changed world. You know, just living every day for what it's worth, because she went through something so dramatic in her life, and so she was just really happy to talk about it and express her feelings with other people. And she kind of asked me a question like, you know, do you know if you're going to go to heaven? 3 months ago, I could answer that question. I thought easily. I said no. I was like, no, there's no way. You know, if I died today or tomorrow, there's no way I would be going to heaven. You know, I didn't question myself or think about it. You know, I just thought I knew I was not going to heaven. To go back even further, I was raised Catholic, and I knew all these little stories in the Bible, you know, about Moses and Noah, and you know, and simplistically, you know, I knew what the meanings were to all those stories. So throughout my life, I knew, you know, what being a Christian was, and what was right and what was sin. You know, I knew all this stuff. But then when I started getting older, and you know, I started doing my own thing, I moved out. You know, pretty much right after high school, 19, went to college, went to Grand Rapids, came home. I was always probably getting in fights with my parents like any other kid. You know, I did not want to be home, so I was trying to find every way to be out of my house. So for like the last 7 years, I've been all over the place. You know, I've been in and out of houses, you know, with my friends, different family members, and really didn't have a home for the last 7 years. What happened when I got out in the world and started questioning life and other stuff, was I started questioning God. You know, was he there? Was he not? Why did he do things? You know, and you know, I can really think about it and look back on those years that I had outside of my house and outside of the church. You know, I just saw myself growing distant from God. It was like a love-hate relationship where he loved me and I just wanted to push him away. My best friend died, and he was 19 years old, and he was, you know, my best friend. He was the only person I talked to, and then after that I started questioning death. You know, like, why do people so young die? Why does someone that really didn't even have a chance to really start anything in life, why did he die? You know, he was a church-going kid. You know, I knew that, but I wasn't sure if even he went to heaven. Because I mean, me and him had talks like that. You know, he wasn't sure about things, but you know, he wasn't a bad kid either. So I questioned that. You know, I was like, well, how do you get to heaven? You know, I mean, you know, people are good and people, you know, there's people who are bad. Who goes? You know, do you just need Jesus to get into heaven? Is that it? You know, I'm like, there's no way that's how it can be. You just need him. I'm like, anyone can do that. I came to the conclusion, you know, I'm not big into reading the Bible. I don't know much stuff into it other than my days in catechism. I don't know much about it at all. Well, I came to the conclusion that no, Jesus was not the only thing you needed to do to get in heaven. You know, you had to live a good life. You know, you had to live a life that was not full of sin, and you pretty much had to earn your way there through doing good things. Well, that's what got me to my point where I was with my sister. You know, I know what I've done in my life. I know it's nowhere near being perfect, and I can say it's far from it. And still to this day, I'm a sinner. It's so hard for me to really realize that, you know, the way to heaven is through Jesus Christ. You know, that's the only way. You know, believing that He came down here and God had mercy on all of us, that we are able to be one with Him through Jesus. So for me, it was a really long road to really accept that. It's so hard to put all my trust in God. You know, it's like, you know, I surrender myself to you. It's so hard because I want to make things happen, but I know that I can't make things happen if he doesn't want things to happen like that. About maybe a month ago, when I talked to Mike, and I've talked to Mike quite regularly through my struggles, and he told me a long time ago to read Romans, and I finally picked up the Bible, you know, and I guess I don't read the Bible, but I finally picked it up and I started reading stuff in there, and reading that, it just really, I guess it told me everything I kind of needed to know, or reassure myself that this is all I needed. All I needed was, you know, to accept Jesus. I'm always going to be a sinner, no matter, you know, how I live the rest of my life. If I try to live the most perfect I can, I will still be a sinner at the end of the day. You know, there's no getting past that. And in Romans, and I can't quote chapters or verses or anything like that, but I know it said, it was just like, I'm always going to be a sinner, but through Jesus I will be with him in heaven. Without Jesus, you know, I wouldn't be sure I was going to heaven. You know, if I had that same conversation with my sister today, I would know that I'm going to heaven. You know, I don't have to question it anymore. It's almost refreshing to know that although I'm going to be a sinner the rest of my days, that, you know, no one's perfect. You know, but, you know, if you believe that even though you are a sinner, that you're still able to be with God, you know, I guess that's just something that, you know, I mean, I've used this too. You just gotta take that leap of faith and just trust in God. Like I said, every day is a battle, and it's hard every day to put my full trust in God that He's gonna do what's right with me. But it seems like each day gets easier at the same time, though. I eventually want to put all my trust in God. I don't want to worry about the little small things that don't really matter. You know, if it's what He wants, it's what will happen. That's my testimony, and that's where, you know, I'm at today, and I'm glad I'm there today, because although, you know, there's this whole world out there with all these things happening, and death, and you know, people that, you know, there's a bunch of stuff out there. You know, there's so many things that, you know, can tempt you and stuff, but knowing that I have Christ on my side, you know, it makes me feel so much better. It's like another thing in Romans, I think it's a song. It's like, if how does it go? If He is for us, who could be against us? You know, that's what I feel like. I feel like I have a teammate with me. You know, I feel like I have someone that's there to fight the battle with me, just by waking up in the morning. But that's what I gotta say, and you know, praise God.